Hello pagans, welcome to my garden. I'm Chameleon Jackson. This isn't a proper video, this is just a sort of a catch up. I want to give an idea of what's been going on. I put my last video out maybe 2 months ago, and there's a reason behind that. So I might as well explain that now, get that over with. So, back in it must have been August 2023, I scratched my left leg, on a rusty nail. And it didn't seem that bad to me. Apparently it was quite a deep puncture. And it didn't seem that bad. But then around late October, early November, I got a massive infection in the wound from the nail. And it ripped through my leg, caused major damage. I nearly lost the leg. Chances are I probably will lose it at some point because there was a lot of vascular damage. And then I spent the next year or so healing, getting back on my feet, between hospital visits and things like that. It takes time. Spent a lot of time going to wound clinics. It was bad. I nearly got something similar to what a Charcot's foot. Don't Google it. It is unpleasant to look at. It's where it usually happens in diabetics. So it's where the ankle breaks down and the leg breaks through the foot. It's the end of your leg, basically. It goes through the ankle, ruined, and the poor blood supply to the foot caused that. So it did take a long time for me to get back up on my feet. And then in around November, I made the Amityville video. I still wasn't quite there yet. Still wasn't up on my feet properly then, but it was something I could do. The Amityville video was like sit down and read I tried to make it all spooky and everything. But my family got sick then with COVID, and I was the one looking after them. And then in January-ish, I started walking with Hal a lot more and making videos then, because I was on my own at the time. It felt more comfortable to be, doing it on your, not in the house where there's people around, maybe, just speaking freely. And that was where things started going well. And then I decided I was going to do videos in the garden. Made sense. There is news on the garden, I'll show you that in a moment. But then I made my video on the flowers. The camera overheated. Something I got is, these are all things that you're learning as you go. I didn't expect a video made in April the heat would overheat the camera, but it did, and I lost all the footage of planting the flowers. I absolutely couldn't find any more seeds. I don't know what happened there. They all sold out. And then about 3 days after uploading that video, I was walking down the stairs and there was a crunch, and then I fell down the stairs because I broke my foot just walking on the stairs. And also I broke my shoulder when I fell down the stairs. So things stopped. They can't walk, can't lift things. Things came to a halt pretty quick. But I've healed up. It's just, it's difficult to be able to do anything when you're using crutches for a broken foot. When your shoulder on the same side is broken, is really difficult. It's really hard, and it's not something I recommend to anyone. So I've spent this time healing it. but during that time I decided I was going to start looking into making more long form videos about things that matter. And one of the things, I want to go back to the Amityville video, but that'll be more, I'll aim for Halloween again and record it. There's some changes that I'm going to explain now. And I decided I'm going to do a series about the history of witchcraft, and the first video is going to be aiming to be, I'm going to start with modern day and move backwards. I think it's important that we look at modern day because we are living it. We are living this right now. But we need to know how we reached where we are. And to do that, we need to look through a period, the period leading up to it. There's no point looking at 200 years ago to explain something happening today when something that happened, and who would have thought something went wrong there. Memory is full that time. I should clean my phone out, it's my fault. Honestly can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, we can't look at ideas that are 200 years old to see where we are today when something from 40 years ago is very relevant to her. So the first thing we're going to do is going to cover the Satanic Panic. I'm starting off with, if you're aware of it or not, Michelle Remembers, a massive book in terms of the Satanic Panic. I did record a video already, but I'm going to explain some of the changes as well that go with that, because I wasn't really happy with how that worked. But we're going to start with Michelle Remembers, work through the 80s, come into the 90s, work through the 90s, and then we're on to the modern day, because a lot of what's going on today is a witch hunt. It's no different to Pendleton, Salem. People are treated in the same way. So we're going to go through that, and then we'll head back further, probably to the 60s, and we'll move through history until we hit these, famous witch trials. So they'll be down the line. One of the things where there's a lot of the information in there's quite harrowing, so I've spent a couple of times sort of, you just had enough for the day, you just stop for the day. So it is taking a bit longer, but I am working through it. In terms of changes that are going to happen, so I found that I was making a lot of videos just sat down, and they felt very stilted in comparison to the ones where I was walking. And I asked advice of two other YouTube creators who I quite admire for different reasons, Jules Gill and the Reverend Peter Laws. I just left a comment for him on, I think it was on Twitter or something, and they both responded, and the advice I got was, make videos you want, and make videos in a way that you feel comfortable to make them. And I think just being sat there reading a script was quite uncomfortable to me. I tend to prefer to flow and speak like this, and the movement was something that I felt really made things difficult. So there's a green screen. I will be moving on to using a green screen, standing up. It'll feel more comfortable for me. I think the videos will be a bit more dynamic for you, and hopefully things will get better from there with them. I do need to show you a couple of things that happened whilst I was away before I show you the garden. It's getting quite dark now, so I'm going to have to be quick. So last Friday, I took my daughter to play Magic Gathering. It was a Final Fantasy release, the pre-release. It's a good set. It's amazing. if you like Final Fantasy, you'll probably enjoy this. As a collector's set, I pulled a very expensive card. I was quite happy. I'm not going to sell it though. And we happened to see a young bird next to its mother, who unfortunately happened to be dead, so we brought it home. So right now, let's see if I can get him in there. This is Chips, named by my daughter. Chips isn't staying with us forever. We're feeding, watering, letting it run around the garden when we can. Gotta be careful of Hal, because Hal sometimes looks at it like he's just interested, other times he looks at it like he's hungry. And the idea is to just help it get strong, wait till it can fly, and it goes. It likes my eldest daughter, not a big fan of me. Although I think I don't know if it's playing, it likes to peck at my fingers, and it doesn't hurt, can't break the skin yet. But you know, we felt bad for it. But if we can't care for it in the next few days, I'll take it to a shelter. But it actually seems to be doing really well. We also, while you were away, while I was away, got some other pets, and I got some stick insects because I had some as a child and I loved them. For some reason I just wanted to get some. They're fun, they're fun. I don't remember them being so fast and walking around so much, but they do. So yeah, we got a lot going on at the moment in terms of animals to look after. I mean, stick insects are easy. They just sit in their jar and crawl over you when you open it up. Chips is a bit feisty, let's say. Hal is his usual self, into everything. You've got to love him every day or he's not happy. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. So should we have a quick look at the garden, because this actually has gone quite well. So right now I'm in the first greenhouse I got, but because Chips is a new win, I've had to decommission it for the time being. But in the other one, which I managed to get up, it's quite foggy in there. We have a pretty green area. We have a lot of chilies coming through, strawberries, more chilies down here. Oh god, we need water in. Believe it or not, that is corn. Some peas, pumpkins. We've got some watermelons over here. Various different peppers. We've got some Carolina Reapers coming in. I will need to come in here and water this after a moment. Some rhubarb. What's happened there? What is this? Courgettes. They're going to need to go into the ground soon. So yeah, we got quite a lot actually going on. I can show you the heartsease. So yeah, the heartsease that I planted are actually coming along. So something did come of that video. I keep getting hit by that corner. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be working on this new series. Hopefully I can try to get it out by next week. I need to figure out a way of getting the green screen up, because the script is okay. And then we can go from there. I may even do a couple of videos walking about. I did notice whilst I was off my feet, how disconnected from the world you get when you can't go out there. And I've decided I'm going to do a video, another series talking more about sort of like mental health, spiritual side of things, getting out in nature. That'll be more freeform again, I think. I'll take a topic and then I'll go off just the topic, a couple of bullet points, and then just talk about the thing there. And whilst doing that, I'm gonna use the chance to walk into more wild areas and show you what the more wild areas of where I live is like. So that could be quite a lot of fun. So, if you'd be interested in that, subscribe and leave a comment, and I will get back to you hopefully next week, maybe later next week. And make sure you look after yourself and have a wonderful week.